Alrighty, so we have our mission. We gotta find our crystal somehow. We will deal with that in the coming week, I suppose. For now, let's continue to study meditation and divination and get those past the gate. So we close our eyes and relax and take slow, deep breaths, let the air move our body. Dropping your favorite plate is bad luck. Well-known signs of fortune are whales turning sour, dry lightning, strange fish caught in nets, malformed babies. Oh my god, you'd think that would be bad enough with the malformed babies, but geez. Unlocked a new outfit. Yay, another new outfit to play with. I think we'll put that on after whatever happens now. As you're walking, you spot a familiar figure in the palace gardens. It's the Duchess of Ursel. Maybe I should go and say hello. Then you notice that seated beside her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They are very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Oh, looks like she's busy, ain't she? I'm kind of clueless about things. You turn and walk in a different direction so as not to disturb them. At that moment, you notice something unusual. It looks like someone just left the palace grounds by going over the hedge? Was it a servant, a thief, or an assassin? Oh no! Guards! Guards! However, by the time the response is organized and directed to the area behind the palace, there's no sign of any intruder. You wonder if you were only imagining it. Well, that was kind of scary. I'm glad Elodie decided not to get afraid for that. Instead, we got angry. That was a calculated move on my part. I'm, again, not ready to be afraid for much longer, so we're gonna keep bumping our afraid back towards the bar as fast as we can. For now, I think we are good to... Let's see, what do we need to do? To look for our crystal, we need to go talk to our dad. So let's go talk to our dad. Dad, what happened to Mom's lumen crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No. But it's mine! Meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want, but for now, you are still a child. Aw, Dad, but I want my lumen crystal. Okay, so we have a new outfit. This is our priestess robe. It's adorable. I love it so much. With the little hat and the little flappies and everything. So that will boost our faith up. We don't really need our animal handling boosted at the moment, so I think we're good to leave that where it is. And now that we are past that 25 gate under faith, we can continue to boost lore, which we actually need to get to a really high level. So let us continue to do that. Legend has it that long ago, a horde of Yeveni on the back of tentacled monsters rode in the Valley of Mead, laying waste to all in their path. Their conquest was only halted when a lumen raised a great flood to drown the invaders. And legend says that the island domain of Malini was once a single island instead of a cluster, until an invading Novan queen raised a terrible pillar of fire that shattered the land into pieces. Geez, so much magical BS happening in the past, man. Okay, we got lore over 70. Geez, so much lore. At the height of the Novan Empire, all the major dukes and duchesses were lumens, and they conquered their enemies with beams of light and terrible summoned monsters. The monsters eventually broke loose, killing their captors and destroying the old capital on Cathri Lake. The resulting chaos shook the empire. So major bad goings-on happened around the area of the old capital and the forest around there. That's important to remember. 200 years ago, a great force of darkness covered Nova, threatening to wipe out all life in the domain. It took the self-sacrifice of the queen and her complement of lumens to defeat the doom. Only the Duke of Ursul refused to join in the defense and therefore survived. Oh, so we've got some things happening in the past with Ursul, have we? Only known survivor of a great catastrophe, you say? I wonder if maybe there's some motivation there to make sure that the survival continues happening. As you're walking up the stairs, a maid comes running down holding a towering pile of linen. We don't have elegance, we don't have reflexes, so before you can react, she barrels into you, sending you and the sheets flying. Oh, my lady, I'm so sorry. I want to apologize so bad. If you have court manners, you can accept her apology, but for now these are the only options. I would like to apologize, but I also want my angry. or whatever it is this gives us, so I'm going to punish her. I'm sorry, Alice.
How dare you? What do you think you're doing? I'll have you flogged for this.
Yes, my lady. Oh, I hope they didn't actually flog her. I hope she was just, like, spouting empty words. Alice, I'm sorry. Okay, so I think at this point we're going to continue following the path of getting our crystals, so let's move on with this.
My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so I guess we'll have to wait.
There may not be time to wait. The world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of a lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal.
Well, what else am I supposed to do, my lady?
The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You're the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise, we might have to take drastic action.
What do you mean by drastic action?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Try to reach the crystal. If you can't, come and talk to me again.
Alright, so after all that, we are depressed, a little willful, so I think at this point, probably going to be depressed for at least a little bit longer, so we are going to work with our depression and we're going to study some more animal handling. So we're going to get some more information about horses because we need that. And I think we probably don't actually need it at this point, but just in case, we're also going to keep building dogs in order to properly face the chocolate challenge later on. Alrighty, so learn how to mount and dismount a horse, first with a boost and then from the ground. And also able to handle the reins and guide a horse around the field. Getting awesome! And now we can hunt on the weekends! That's a weekend activity that I don't see in many playthroughs. Same with the hunt coat. Don't see that either. You practice working with trained dogs in a small area, telling them to stay, search, and fetch. And here's the key thing. You choose a young puppy and begin raising him to respond to you over all others. So that is, if you want to get past the chocolate challenge and you don't have any other skills built up to deal with that, that puppy will save you. So there's that. There's a man here to see you. He wishes crown funding for a project of his. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you'll have less money to work with later.
Your Royal Highness, I have a plan to print books using metal letters which can be moved and reused. I need to borrow 875 lassie to assemble the metal in a factory to mold and cast the type. With this system, I will be a Gutenberg.
I don't know much about factories or trade, unlike the last playthrough. Would that really be worthwhile? We are not interested. You really are not too smart sometimes, are you, Elodie?
Oh. Alright, so still the same as we were, and I think what we're aiming to get after this is we want some royal demeanor, so we're going to start getting yielding. That'll of course make us more depressed still, but it won't be too much harder to get that depression point boosted out and get more yielding to cancel that out, so it should be okay. So we're going to continue working with horses. Again, our horses' points need to be high for the Briony adventure. Practice different gaits, walking, trotting, cantering, galloping, and special maneuvers such as backing up and maneuvering in tight quarters. Very good. I think at this point our horses should be high enough to handle pretty much anything. Practice riding and jumping over small obstacles and over long distances and handling natural obstacles as they occur. Yeah, we're definitely good on horses at this point. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh boy, this guy. You know what? I was gonna do the voice that I gave for him last time, but that voice is super annoying, and I'd rather not do it again. So I'm gonna give him a more regular voice this time. I apologize if you liked Banyan's basement dweller voice, but let's try and give him something more fitting this time.
Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back.
Thank you.
However, I must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the country of Ebrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back.
Okay, so I guess he's kind of like still oily, but more upper class. I like that. Let's go with that.
I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying Southern Marie. I don't know anything about the military, though. I don't want to fight. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Ixion and try to come to some arrangement.
Thank you, Your Highness. Your Highness, if I may ask, that necklace you're wearing, where did it come from?
It was a gift from the Duke of Sedna.
Then you have made arrangements with him?
Oh, what sort of arrangements?
Well, yeah, we didn't have enough court manners, so we're, yeah, we have to play this out.
Your Highness, that is a courting gift. The man wishes to gain your hand in marriage.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Okay. So, I think, yeah, at this point we're yielding enough. We got a yielding from that last scene there, so we should be good to just attend services, minus our 1 depression. Alright. And there we go. We've got our yielding, and we are all set with a +1 in royal demeanor to get working on that. So let's do that. We are going to study some composure and some elegance. Get elegant as all get out. You practice deep breathing exercises, learning to find and maintain an inner sense of calm. And you practice walking along a narrow rail, and you don't practice talking, apparently, because it's not like you talk for a good portion of every week on a Let's Play channel or anything. The representative from Ixion is here. Be careful, no one wants to give up prizes they have won.
You have the full support of my sister and myself, Your Highness.
Let's get this over with.
Your Royal Highness, thank you for granting me this audience. I am sure we can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones, no? We will forget about your unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province. We can be good neighbors again without any lives being lost. Okay, so we don't have any foreign intelligence, any foreign affairs, so we don't have the option to punish the real party who's responsible for all this. So what can we do instead? Alright, well, this is not going to make Banyan happy, but what we're going to do is surrender the province, because that's what we should have done last time. And, yeah, we're going to do it this time instead.
I don't want to fight. Very well, you can have the province.
Your Highness!
Please accept our deepest apologies for this whole affair.
Of course, I look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, so not great for our relationships with the nobles, but it does mean we don't have to take out a whole bunch of money from the royal treasury or potentially upset Talarist and his nation, so I think that evens out decently enough. Alrighty, we're ready to move on with the week. What are we going to do? We got 2 depressed from that, so we're gonna just minus that off again, I think. Attend services in the Castle Grove and let the peace of the ritual calm your heart, yada yada yada. We are going to probably just continue on with the same stuff we did last time. We'll get enough composure and elegance to get past the gate, and then we can do presents the week after. You practice positive thinking, maintaining a good self-image, and conditioning yourself to carry on rather than be frustrated by a past misstep. And you practice sitting calmly while your teacher circles around you and makes unexpected loud noises at random intervals. You practice standing and walking with books balanced on your head, and practice the elegant way to sip and hold teacups with your pinky extended for balance. Oh, so dainty. There are reports that a key thong has been sighted leaving the Old Forest.
The Old Forest? That's the area by Catherine Lake where the capital was until it was destroyed by monsters. What's a key thong?
A beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak, and spikes on its back. Several disappearances in southern Caloris are already thought to be the work of this creature.
What should we do? Should we send hunters?
The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You'd only make it angry and waste more lives.
So we just let it eat people?
Everyone dies.
Oh, Dad, you're so fatalistic.
It's kind of interesting that this conversation doesn't change at all, even if you have, like, a whole bunch of lore. So you'd think you would know some of this stuff before your dad tells it to you, but no matter how much you study, it's still news to you. So that's interesting. Also, there's a letter for you.
Talorus, the Duke of Sedna, will be arriving next week for an official visit.
Alrighty. Continuing down the Talorist path, I suppose. Again, we got depressed. Why? Keep getting depressed. So just keep keeping that off. Keep calming that heart. There we go. Now we can take some presents. Get ourselves a new outfit. You practice wearing the royal regalia and looking at yourself in the mirror. Young as you are a queen of the blood. You are your mother's daughter, a force to be reckoned with. And stare at yourself in the mirror some more. This is quite the narcissistic class if it's all about staring at yourself in the mirror. So you transmit energy with your eyes, turn the intensity of your gaze on and off at will, and you practice different styles of breathing in order to feel more energetic and to let that energy surround you for others to share. Yay! Unlocked a new outfit! We're probably going to keep boosting presents more after this, because we need it to get into the royal treasury.
Ah, your highness, what a pleasure it is to meet you in person at last. Your description did not do you justice.
Also, reminder, this dude be 26 years old. We're 14. Is kind of creepy. We're not going to comment on it so much like we did last time, but always keep that in mind.
I don't know how to deal with handsome older men paying me compliments.
I was so pleased to hear that you had accepted my humble offering. A jewel for a jewel, but you are far more precious. Eyebrow waggle. I hope that this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. A union between us would bring stability to both our peoples.
He really does want to marry me.
So, yep, we're chasing this path. We're still chasing this path again, so we are going to accept.
I would be honored.
It also helps that gives us a cheerful, which works against that depression we keep getting. Alrighty. Elodie! Your Grace, are you aware that my daughter is only 14 summers? Really? Seriously, dude? I know that's the norm for medieval times, or at least it is in popular media or whatever. It's
my decision, and he's totally a hot booty cake.
A betrothal only, of course. There's no need to hurry. You have your coronation to plan for, after all. If I might be of service in any way, please send for me. I will be happy to offer my protection or advice, if you know what I mean.
He's totally given our fiancé the stank eye. Love it. Anyways, so we are going to... Yeah, I think we're just going to keep going to the Castle Grove. Why not? And we are going to... are we going to change outfits? My notes say we don't change yet, so we're going to wait on that. Well, I'll show you the outfit at least, and then we'll change back. Pretty. Lovely. But yeah, so we're not going to change just yet. We are going to be doing some more divination later on, so I guess we can leave it on for that. We might need it for that. So let's continue with presents. Build it up as much as we can. You plant your feet in a strong stance, imagining that you are a tree deeply rooted in the earth. You can feel that power within you, and you know that you will not be pushed aside. You practice focusing your attention on individuals as you pass, letting them feel a brief connection with you before you formally acknowledge them with a nod. Oh, I'm getting all psychologically manipulative up in here. Yeah. Practice being aware of your environment, seeing everything as it transpires around you, and feeling that you are in control of it all. And you practice giving commands to the castle staff, neither asking nor demanding, but telling them what needs to be done. As long as you believe it to be true, they will as well. And I believe that is the point you need in order to get through the royal treasury. You can just tell the guards that you need to get past them, and they will do it. Okay. You are requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown. Your Highness, this slattern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. So this is Kevin. Kevin is very angry. There's also some very complicated reasons why he is angry, so we won't judge him for it. But know that that's his defining character trait for now, as far as you know.
Which sister?
Coruscant, the Duchess of Mead.
Is she alright?
She is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself? It's just as it is. Them devils killed me brother, and it broke me mom's heart. Lied to her they did. When she went to see why he'd not come back, said he'd gone for a soldier, when he never would have. He weren't the only one neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. That's what I says.
You see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. Bah!
Oh, keep not having these intrigue checks, and it hurts so much, because I know that there's plenty of interesting stuff you can get when you get those checks. But okay.
I don't know what any of this is all about. Either way, murder's a serious crime, but,
so we don't want to, like, completely put Kevin off, so we won't put her to work, but we don't want to be cruel, so we won't execute her. So let's imprison her.
You have tried to murder a noble of my domain, and I have no reason to believe you wouldn't do it again. You'll be in prison for the rest of your life. You'll not have me! Ah!
Oh no, I gotta throw this thing. Oh no, I missed. Okay, but the guards came in and it was all okay. Except that she died. Oh, great.
Clean that up. It's dirty. Doesn't look good.
Okay. So that happened. Poor lady. I would have liked to just put her to work, but you gotta keep at least some of our nobles happy. We've already pissed off Banyan. We don't want to piss off Kevin, too. Now, right, we are going to the treasury, because we can! You order the guards to stand aside and walk forward with your head held high. None of them dares to deny you access to your own treasury. Grr, that's right.
The glitter is dazzling, but some sixth sense draws you towards one little locked box in particular. This is what you need. This is the crystal that will make you a lumen. Oh man. You tuck the box into your pocket. You can show it to your mentor later and get instructions on what to do next.
Yeah! And now we're angry. Not the best, but we can still work with that. It doesn't give a detriment to anything that we really need to be working on right now. Okay, yes. This week we are going to keep working on our faith, and next week we should be able to start working on lumen stuff. I don't know if we will right away, but we have the option at least. So this week we're going to study some divination. You read about signs that have presaged famous disasters, such as the seas running red before the Doom Shadow fell upon Nova 200 years ago. And you read about King Latimer and know that he was destined for greatness because he saw the shape of a crown in a spider's web, like fucking Charlotte and the pig. Great. You read about animal omens, in particular the flights of birds, which will be relevant to choices coming up, I think. And you learn about signs which sometimes appear in grounds of leaves or at the bottom of a cup. Cool. Speaking of birds, as you're walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons.
An owl in daylight and a dead leaf? Someone important will die in the next few months.
When you return to the castle, your father is waiting for you. There's a woman here to see you. She wishes crown funding for a project that you also are too stupid to invest in, so you might as well not even bother. I want to build a hospital, but sick people will die if they're all together. Bye. Oh, Elodie, you so dumb. I should teach you medicine sometime. What are we right now? Wait, why am I even worrying about this? We're going to see Juliana and become a fucking magical girl. Hooray!
Alright, what do I do now?
Pick up the crystal with your bare hands, press it against your chest, over your heart, and say, illuminate.
I want to do it, but I feel like I should know about the risks first.
Is this dangerous? My father said that using magic can kill you.
Bonding with a crystal is not dangerous. Using magic can be dangerous, but that is why I am here to train you.
My mother was trained, wasn't she?
Yes.
My father said she used too much magic, and over time it built up and killed her.
Your father means well, but he is not a lumen. I have drawn power many times over many years, and I am unharmed, am I not?
Then what did happen to my mother?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem like it should be enough. What are we gonna do? You know what? No, that's not enough. We're going to accuse her.
I think you know more than you're saying. My father blames you for her death. What did you do?
I did nothing because I was not here. That is my fault. I did not know she was in danger. I was not here to help her. I never thought of Fidelia as fragile. I believed she would outlive me. I expected her to die in her service. I do not believe that magic had anything to do with her death, but I will never know because I was not here. But now I am.
I'm sorry.
Then if you understand, take up the crystal and let us begin.
Alright, fine. She seems sincere enough, so let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Illuminate!
Oh, snap, son! Let's get up all Sailor Moon in here!
Woohoo!
You feel dizzy and both larger and lighter than you were before. The crystal has disappeared from view, but you know where it is.
Wow, I'm all tingly and stuff.
The priestess here is a friend of mine. I will come to your lessons in the faith and train you to use your powers.